It's your boy Dooski, man, tapping in as one's finest big boy, man.
Man, the Landlord of One Chance, One Life TV.
What's going on, homie? I'm gonna give you the pleasure of introducing yourself to the people.
Man, it's your boy Dooski, man, big boy as one finest, man, the general.
For sure. So let's start off with your Bullback project. Why did you choose that title?
Bullback project. I really recorded that shit in 2019 before I lost trial, like in December. I lost trial in January 2020, so I recorded that right before I lost trial, so that's why I kind of sound how I do. It just I ain't never released the shit, and that shit go on to what I was talking about, me saying how I'm gonna win the case and all that type of shit. So that shit really called Marlo speaking. I just named that bit Bullback. Just being bad, you feel me?
For sure. For the people unfamiliar with you and your situation, where has Dooski been?
Shit, hell, the closest thing to hell. I was in prison 3 years, in the county 1 year, in prison 2 years.
Being incarcerated, fighting for your freedom and fighting for your life, what was that experience like for you?
It was a good learning experience, good time to grow. Not that I wanted to be that old, but you feel me? I went through a lot of shit in prison.
So you gave back a 25-year sentence, correct?
Yeah, I gave back a 25-year mandatory sentence. I really had 30 years, but it was just 25 mandatory. And they was gonna try to give me 5 years paper or some shit like that.
Was there times that you was thinking that you was gonna have to do the whole 25-year sentence?
Like when I knew I lost trial and how I lost and shit, like if you got a lawyer and you got money, you feel me, you gonna know what's going on. You gonna know exactly what's going on, even behind closed and shit. You feel me? Like, shit, I knew I was gonna come home, but some days being in that shit, you feel me, make me feel like, damn, what if I gotta do 25 years type shit. So I used to wake up like I'm gonna do that shit for real though. Like I used to move like that in the prison, like I was gonna actually do 25 years. You know, even though I knew what I knew, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Before you won your appeal, what were some of the things that was bothering you the most mentally, having a 25-year sentence?
The crackers at the prison, and the inmates, cause most snitching going in jail. Like if niggas don't know, most snitching going in jail than the street. So yeah, just niggas having their people call the prison saying a nigga got a gun on the pound. I go in the investigation. Crackers just harassing the nigga and shit like that. Just really the crackers and that shit. Really, that's it.
So for the people that don't know, explain to them what an appeal is and break down the process.
Shit, appeal is when you fighting the decision that they made on you. Like, even if I won trial, like if a defendant win trial, the state can appeal the decision that you won. So you feel me? But the process to that, you got direct appeal. That's the first part. Niggas barely win that part. That's what I won in. You got all the way to federal habeas, all type of shit. So it's just different parts of appeal. You feel me?
Yeah. What were you incarcerated for, if you don't mind me asking?
Allegedly, they saying I shot somebody.
Yeah. Did you join any gangs while you was in prison?
Hell, fuck no. I'm a real Dade County nigga. I never join a gang. I am a gang. If that's the case, like, nah, I ain't join no gang. I ain't gotta click up the voice up. You feel me? That's what niggas really do for protection and shit like that. So, nah, I ain't join no gang.
While being locked down, you still release music. Speak on that for me.
I feel like I don't get a lot of credit for that too. I feel like Gucci Man and probably C Murder the only niggas who drop more music than me while being locked up. I dropped like 5 or 6 projects while I was locked up, like 2-3 videos.
For sure. Behind the wall, did you get a chance to see who really loved you and who was really pretending?
Yeah. But before I went in, I already knew exactly like who was gonna be putting bread on the phone, who would be there to take care of my jids and shit like that. So I already kind of knew, but certain people, you know, like going through shit, like I say, just experience is the best teacher.
For sure, yeah. Did you get into reading while you was behind the wall?
Reading, I've been into reading like my whole life, you feel me? But going to jail make me like get back to something that I love, like reading and shit. Hell yeah, I read a lot of books. And like, I'm gonna just give 3 books real quick that young niggas I feel should read. The Prince by Machiavelli, The Spook Who Sat by the Door by Sam Green, you gotta read that. The Spook Who Sat by the Door, and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite, Napoleon Hill. Yeah. Young Bulls Records. Take me back to the beginning. Who was responsible for putting that movement together?
Oh, me. I'm the CEO. Nobody else. Nobody else ain't put no money behind this shit, nothing. So, me.
As
I,
far,
I put that, excuse me, not to cut you off. I put that shit together, but when I caught this case in 2016, before I got out, I just got on the phone with people. I had just dropped an album called Young Bull in like 2014. So I just went with Young Bull just because it was bigger than me type shit. I didn't want to name that shit after no gang or no shit like that.
Yeah, for sure. As far as artists, who are all a part of the movement?
700 Fat Cat, YBR Ski, BG Peanut, 700 Luwak, 700 Booty. I got an artist named Dunny too, but we getting him right now. YBR Dunny. That's it right now. It's a couple more though, but that's all right now off the top of my head I can give you.
Being that you are the CEO of Young Bulls Records, are you looking to expand the roster?
Yeah, but it gotta be somebody just dedicated who just really want to do this shit. It ain't even about the talent, about no other shit. As long as your paperwork check out shit with me, like you straight. You don't even gotta be street. You just gotta be dedicated, bro, for this shit. That's it.
When Young Bulls Records was first created, what kind of impact did it have on the streets of Florida City and throughout Dade County?
It had a big one because it just wasn't in like, it ain't give an impact on just the streets. It gave impact on jits who like go to school, just go to school, who play sports, whatever the case may be, you feel me? So that shit kind of hit fast just because of who a nigga was and shit like that in my city, just being behind a nigga.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. As far as success stories, rather through music or sports, has anybody ever made it out of Exit 1 from your generation?
Yeah. You got my main man, my cousin Maurice Alexander Hard Time. He made it to the NFL. Rashard Smith. A lot of them boys. It's a lot of them name them boys. Antonio Callaway. A lot of them boys made it in sports and shit. We got a couple in basketball, and who's still going right now. Young boys that's coming up who came up after my generation, like the next generation, 2000 babies and shit like that.
Coming from the streets and forced to be a survivor at a young age, how hard has it been trying to become a full-fledged rap artist?
Shit. This what I want to do, so it's really not hard. You feel me? I can make that shit hard. Whatever you trying to do, you only gonna make it hard yourself. Of course, like shit, what the universe gonna throw at you, but this what I want to do, so it ain't really that hard too. Sometimes with me growing, I make it hard on myself, like I said. That's it.
Yeah. So what is your biggest motivation?
My last name, cause that's everything. Like my bloodline, how I'm putting on for my ancestors, how I'm carrying my old boy last name, or how I'm representing my old girl, my kids, everything, how I'm stepping. So really just my last name, I say everything come after that.
What are some of your biggest influences?
My kids, for one, for sure. Jay Prince, Kevin Gates, Birdman, niggas like that, Malcolm X, AI, Allen Iverson, my cousin Hard Time, any of my dogs that's like playing sports, them boys really like motivate me a lot. Them boys probably say I motivate them a lot, but them boys really motivate me a lot, so I'm gonna say them too.
For sure. Do you feel like the pressure that comes from being a street dude eventually becomes too much for some to handle?
Yeah, because they wasn't that. I feel like they ain't street. So they trying to be something they not, and that shit gonna catch up at some point. Either when they go to jail, they gonna snitch, or they gonna get their head bust out here for playing, acting like they something that they not.
Fighting the system, losing loved ones to the system, and losing loved ones to the street at the same time. Mentally, how did you digest it all?
While I was behind the wall. That shit kind of hard to, my cousin Steve, God bless the dead, that boy always told me the game is the game. I got an album named after that because he told me that quote. So it was like the game is the game type shit to me, like, I got to keep moving forward. You feel me?
For sure. How do you keep going and staying focused with all you've been through?
Shit, I got so many people depending on me for to be playing, like, type shit, you feel me? The kids, they families, my dogs, all type of shit. My family, my kids, I got too much depending on me, so I gotta stay focused. It ain't even no question about that. I got to.
When y'all decided to get this Young Bulls record situation up and running, Were the OGs from your hood supportive?
No. Not like financially, even though I ain't wanting to. Not financially, not in the streets, not no wise. Like a couple old heads like salute me, I can say that, but that's it. Not really. We is the OGs, I feel, you feel me? Even though I'm a young nigga.
Do y'all have a group project from the whole Young Bulls family in the works?
We was working on one before I went in, but that shit ain't go like that. And you know how it's time. You know, time. I'm gonna say this: time is undefeated. Ain't nobody beat time yet. You feel me? Not nobody realness or nothing. So let me just say that. But nah, we gonna put one together. Me and Cat got a tape coming up, and most likely me and YBR Ski gonna do one. But shit, all my artists, I'll do a tape with all them boys for sure.
Sure.
It ain't nothing.
Name a few people in your life that you feel have constantly proven to you that they have unconditional love for you.
My old boy, my kids for sure, my great granddaddy, and probably my main man 30.
Sure.
Charlie. I got a lot of main mans, a lot of them boys, you feel me? A couple people, not too many though, a handful.
The people that you consider your homies nowadays, do you feel like their loyalty has been tested enough up until this point?
There's always a level to be tested at, you feel me? It's shit, like I said, time undefeated. So, but yeah, them boys been tested just by me being away. Shit, me going through that shit the first time before I lost, and me to where I'm at this point in my life right now.
Being incarcerated and away from your daughter, mentally, explain that feeling.
My daughter was born while I was in prison, so I ain't see her until I got out. So I ain't see my daughter in 3 years type shit. That's why you'll hear me a little different. I said that shit. But yeah, that shit fucked me up. It's just like taking a dog out of the cage that just had puppies, and you take one of the puppies, they gonna be going crazy. You feel me? Like, what the fuck is my child that I birthed type shit? So that shit kind of fucked me up. But you know, the game is the game.
Sure. Sacrificing thousands after thousands in your lawyer fees. What did you learn from that experience?
Like right now, this on some G code shit. Only gang know this type shit in my family. I'm up to 500 and like some thousand, like probably like 556 last time I checked, and I gotta send my lawyer another 100 bars if I go back to trial type shit. So just telling the jits like, yeah, stop playing out here in the streets type shit. If you gonna do that, stop playing out here and get you some money. Cause this shit is for real. If you don't got no money, you gonna lose and your ass gonna die in prison. That's it. That's simple. Whether you did some shit or you didn't type shit. You be completely innocent. You need money to fight for your life.
For sure. When it comes down to being an artist, what do you want to accomplish?
I like to win a Grammy one day, cause that's like the ultimate goal of like, oh, you great at music. I feel like they don't appreciate my music. My fans don't appreciate my music as much. Not that my fans, but like just people. Like they don't understand how great it is. But win a Grammy, I want to have the #1 independent record company in the world, and just that. I just want that to be. I just want to be however successful I need to be for this rap shit to be my biggest stepping stone. Cause I'm trying to do other shit. I ain't just trying to do this shit. I'm trying to do all type of other shit. So I need this shit to work.
For sure. If God bless you and the rap money starts coming in, what's some of your plans with the income?
Shit, what I do now with it. Like when I was in prison, I was receiving checks from like Apple Music, all that shit, from Distro and all that shit. But shit, I just put it back into the ground. That's the only way you gonna win. You gotta put that shit back into yourself. Can't wait for nobody to do shit for you. So anything, any income you get, whatever you really trying to do, that's what you need to put that shit into. That's what anything in life.
Yeah, that's 100 there. As a team and as an independent label, what are some of the goals for Young Bulls Records as a whole?
One of the goals is to, like what we were just talking about before we started the interview, I really want to just put on for the crib. Like, I want people to really understand what Miami is as a whole. Like, the real Miami, like from the history to now, and from really down south, though. I'm putting on for down south, really, because I don't really bang Miami. Like, I don't really rep Miami. Like, in prison, when niggas ask me where I'm from, I say my hood, everyone Florida City, because Miami, you know how this shit is, so I rep my hood. I don't really rep Miami or no shit like that. I'm gonna be real.
So, is it important to you when it comes down to the women you allow access to your personal space?
Yeah. Cause genetics a motherfucker. You gotta know who a motherfucker is. Cause like I done seen it all. Like motherfuckers who got internet, you know what I'm talking about with shit in my life. But just you gotta know people. Cause people ain't who they be acting like they is for real.
Being a leader, how important is it to have great leadership skills?
Shit. I feel like niggas be saying dumb shit like, oh, you gotta be a follower to be a leader. Like, I don't really feel that's true because you could be following the wrong motherfucker. So that's stupid. But I feel like you gotta have great leadership skills to be a leader. Cause if you the leader, all type of shit gonna crash down. If you ain't leading right, when you trip, all them niggas behind you gonna trip over you. So it depends on how big you feel me the load is that you carrying. You gotta be on your shit.
For sure. Up until this point in life, what would you say is one of the best lessons you learned so far?
Best lessons I learned so far is there's two sides to every story. It ain't a quarter that say heads and heads. And just seeing people for who they is instead of who I want them to be.
Seeing so much death and being surrounded by so much death in Florida City, does that make you appreciate life more?
Hell yeah, like shit. My little homie Book Dog, he was like what, 14? My little cousin Barry Dog, he was 14. No, Book Dog, he was 13. My cousin Barry 14. My homegirl Lori 18. Tab like 20. Like everybody I know down there ain't even make it 18 really. Most of them. So yeah, shit made me appreciate life, and that shit keep me hungry. That shit keep me hungry and keep me going.
Do
I
you
know I
feel
can be going.
do you feel like the trials and tribulations are needed at times to test all the soldiers around you?
Yeah. Like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be in prison. Like, damn, I hope like something like keep them boys on their shit. Like, you feel me? And when shit going too good, you know, people get comfortable with time and shit. So I just always wanted everybody around me to stay on their shit.
Are you completely free from the system and able to move around?
Nah, they be watching me when I move and shit. They watching every move. So nah, I would say nah.
Being a born leader, how important is it to you to lead your young bulls in the right direction and chase after these legit millions?
Um, Shit, I tell them boys all the time. Like, I got a lot of dogs who probably used to play football and shit, or who like playing football right now, high school, college, or whatever. And sometimes them niggas be wanting to like go this way. I be telling them dumbass niggas like, this shit ain't what it is, type shit. Like, take advantage of your opportunity. You got some niggas like I got little dogs who got offers and all type of shit. Like I be telling them niggas like, bro, you blessed as fuck. Cause like every day you can create your destiny and your path what you want. Cause your shit already, your platform already here. It's just how big you gonna get. And them boys creating their shit, but they don't be understanding that sometimes. So I be letting them know that all the time.
Mentally, how important is it to you to continue elevating?
Every day I try to elevate, but you know with elevation come motherfuckers looking at you different. Cause them the people who, you feel me, some people look at, like the dumbest shit we learned as, like growing up on some hood shit was, oh, like, I gotta stay the same, I can't change. That shit dumb as fuck. There's no way you can stay the same in life if your ass getting older. If you do stay the same, you just dumb as fuck. So you gotta keep elevating, you feel me? But some people look at change as a bad thing. Just look at it as elevating.
For sure, I agree with that one. 700 Plays 2, you just dropped that project. Talk about that a little bit for me.
All right, 700 plays, 2 out now on all platforms. That was some shit. One of my biggest projects was 700 plays, 700 days. That's 2 little EPs I dropped back to back. That's what Night After Night on, probably one of my biggest songs. I just came back with 2 just to give them some while I cook up my next project, my next album that I'm gonna put out.
Love Different out the 700 Plays 2 tape. Love Different out the 700 Plays 2 tape is my favorite. Take me through the process of you recording that one.
So this whole 700 plays, 700 days too, I recorded all that shit off of iPhone type shit. I recorded all that shit off like the video that I just shot, I recorded that shit off of iPhone. But I did all that shit on purpose, really just show people like it ain't no excuse for you to do, you feel me? Because I got a platform right now. If I was just starting music, I wouldn't have did no shit like that. But I know whatever I put out, they gon', you feel me? And I just got a method behind everything I'm kind of doing right now. So yeah, I recorded that shit on the phone, shit, in the trenches, you feel me? And I just put that shit out because I know they were gonna fuck with that shit.
You also about to drop the video to Love Different. Was it painful reliving your childhood memories in that video?
Yeah, cause I was in the trenches I was in the trenches for real while I grew up. So hell yeah, and that was my first time in my hood in what, 3 years. So like, you feel me? I feel the most comfortable when I'm in my hood. I don't know why though. I'm just like that. So hell yeah.
Nowadays, how disgusting and disrespectful is it seeing how the world is embracing the fakes and the snitches?
That shit crazy. Like, I think this is my biggest problem. I think I'm more murdered out. Like, I hate rats. So like, I hate people who, like, right now I can get on Instagram right now. I see a million motherfuckers bumping Boston Richard really in my like story, but it's just like, bruh is a fucking rat. He's still rapping gangster shit. He came in. I can see if he was an R&B singer, he still would be a rat. I still won't fuck with him, but this nigga actually rapping gangster shit. Niggas be actually acting gangster in the streets and doing gangster shit. So when you do that, bruh, it's a code. Nah, niggas ain't living up to it. So you feel me? Who am I to? I'm just Dooski who ain't never telling nobody. So they don't give a fuck.
For sure. How do you feel about the current Miami rap scene?
I don't even be really paying attention to these niggas. Like, I be listening to all my people shit. You feel me? But I done checked out a couple niggas shit. You feel me? Just seeing them on the ground. I just feel like them niggas trying to be like other niggas. You feel me? They need to stop that shit. Cause they got little shit. I fuck with a nigga shit, but just like, bro, be from the crib, bro. Why you acting like a nigga way from fucking Michigan or some shit? Or Illinois. That's green as fuck. Them niggas don't even like us, but I don't know. I fuck with it though. I hope we get the respect we deserve though. So
What's one thing you want labels who may come across this interview to know about you?
oh, you gotta bring it. You gotta bring it. There ain't shit you can show me that I ain't unseen. You feel me? You gotta bring it, and yeah, you gotta bring it. On the business side, you gotta bring it. Not even just financially, just like equity, ownership and shit like that. You gonna have to bring it. So whatever little finesse y'all gonna send to me, you better have the smartest one. That's all I want them to know, and just want them to know like what's really going on, what the streets really fuck with. But, like a nigga can have a motherfucking million views on Instagram and all this shit, but like people ain't playing that shit. Like some of these niggas who label signing and who been with labels, like okay, yeah, like that shit look good on some camera shit, but like when niggas getting in them cars, niggas is not listening to these niggas. You feel me? Jams, block parties in the club, niggas is not listening. Niggas in these niggas' own hood don't even listen to them. So like, y'all gotta know what's really going on in the streets. Y'all need to get y'all street footwork team better to find out what's really going on out here.
Explain to the people that's unfamiliar what a murder means.
Or murder means giving no information to the authorities without no circumstances. And just my version of old murder, you feel me? Added on to that, not chilling with rats, not hanging with rats, not embracing rats and shit like that. Just being solid all around the board.
So what you saying is make this clear for the ones who try to play crazy and try to beat around the bush. So if you from the streets and you claim to be a real individual, you're not supposed to socialize with rats, period, correct?
At all. At all, at all, at all. You don't even gotta be doing nothing criminal. Like you ain't even gotta be in the streets in that point of your life. If you been in the streets or you got people in the streets, I feel you should never fuck with a rat. Nobody should never fuck with a rat. Cause a rat, we ain't gonna stop looking at it on some street shit. This a person who not taking responsibility for some shit they did that they trying to put on somebody else. Or like throw somebody under the bus. That's just right is right, wrong is wrong, that's wrong, you feel me? So that's how you should look at that shit. Stop hanging with rats. Stop embracing rats.
Outside,
Stop listening
oh
to
my
rats.
bad. Yeah, that's real. Yeah. You sound that bitch up good for me. Outside of music, is it important to you to create other avenues for you and your young bulls financially?
Well, yeah, I created a lot of avenues for them boys, even when I was gone. So shit, them boys got the game. So it's whether they gonna apply that shit or not. Whether they gonna apply that shit or not. Cause yeah, I teach them boys like everybody who was around me in music that I put on in music or whatever the case may be. The first thing I do before I even teach them how to record or anything, I teach them the business part of this shit and how to conduct business in this shit, how to go by shit. So yeah.
So all they got to do is follow the blueprint
Follow the blueprint
and put in the work.
Yeah, a lot of them boys would have been like, you feel me, took off already, but you know, them boys still young and shit, and them boys still experiencing life, learning and shit. So you know, some of them boys got incarcerated, some of them boys came in contact with the law, and that kind of slowed them down. And just being a street nigga transitioning to music. I mean, everybody probably can't do that shit as fast as me or can move how I can move type shit. They probably got to learn another way or take time more than it took me.
Yeah. So, you know, man, shit, I appreciate the opportunity, but at the same time, man, like, shit, anything else Dooski want to get off his chest or speak on before we cut the camera off?
Shit, I just want to say stop embracing the rats. Stop loving the rats, man. If you got people up the road that's solid, never told on nobody, make sure they straight no matter what. Whenever you can, make sure they straight. Shit. To the Miami niggas, to all the young niggas in Miami, just streets, or in the music, I want to say, like, learn history from wherever you from and whoever you is. Learn your real, true history. That's how you going to be souped up out here and know how to move out here. You feel me? Because ain't nobody going to be able to tell you nothing. Just learn the history about wherever you at. Wherever you from, whoever you is, your last name, learn the history of that shit. And you'll look at this shit different. You'll move different. You'll know your worth. That's it.
And it's one more question as far as the music. You keeping it all in the family or what? Like if people want to reach out to you for the features and stuff right now, like you embracing it if you fucking with the
Yeah, I'm
music?
doing features for a band right now, 500 probably if I fuck with you just to, feel me, show some type of love a little bit. But shit, I'll do music with anybody as long as they ain't no rap. As long as they don't fuck with my ops. Shit like that. I don't really like, I ain't really big on nothing else. I don't give a fuck where a nigga from, really.
For sure, man. I appreciate you for the opportunity, homie.
Oh, I already truly appreciate you, man. Shout out to One Chance TV. Shout out to Dollars, man.